10 Real Cosmic Secrets NASA Tried to Keep Under Wraps. We trust space agencies to give us a clear view of the night sky. But behind the beautiful, glowing nebulas and majestic planets lies a massive backlog of classified documents, redacted audio transcripts, and data anomalies. While internet conspiracy theories focus on fake aliens, the real secrets NASA has kept quiet are far more unsettling. Here are 10 real, proven facts about space that weren't meant for the public eye, backed up by actual photographic evidence. 1. The Apollo 10, Outer Space Music. In 1969, while orbiting the dark side of the Moon, the crew of Apollo 10 was completely cut off from Earth's radio contact. Suddenly, an eerie, whistling sound filled their headsets. The astronauts can be heard on the transcripts saying, "It sounds like outer space-type music." NASA classified these audio logs for nearly 40 years, refusing to let the public hear them until 2008. While internet forums claimed it was alien radio signals, NASA eventually explained it as radio interference between the VHF transmitters on the lunar module and command module. Still, keeping the tapes hidden for 4 decades certainly raised eyebrows. 2. The original 1976 Mars face cover-up. When NASA's Viking 1 orbiter snapped a photo of the Cydonia region of Mars in 1976, it revealed what looked like a massive, carved human face. To prevent a public panic, NASA initially released the photo with a caption dismissing it as an optical illusion caused by shadows. What they didn't talk about was how heavily they adjusted the contrast on the raw data to minimize the formation's symmetry before showing it to the press. It took until 2001, when higher-resolution cameras proved it was just a heavily eroded mesa, for the speculation to finally die down. 3. The chilling smell of a space vacuum. You always hear that space is a complete vacuum of absolutely nothing. But NASA quietly suppressed the fact that space actually has a highly distinct, chemical odor. When astronauts return inside the airlock and remove their helmets, they are hit with a pungent scent. NASA didn't want the public thinking space was full of toxic gases, so they kept it quiet for years. Astronauts describe the smell as burnt steak, hot metal, and welding fumes. It turns out the smell is caused by high-energy atomic oxygen clinging to the spacesuits through a process called chemical adhesion. 4. The 43 unclassifiable cosmic anomalies. In late 2025 and early 2026, an eye model called Anomaly Match combed through 35 years of hidden or unexamined Hubble telescope data. The AI discovered over 1,300 completely undocumented cosmic anomalies. While NASA published data on merging galaxies, they quietly admitted that 43 of these objects completely defy classification. They do not match any known type of galaxy, star, or nebula in human history. To this day, the exact nature of these 43 objects remains heavily restricted from general public viewing while astrophysicists scramble for answers. 5. The Apollo 11 missing telemetry tapes. The 1969 moon landing broadcast was grainy and blurry, but it didn't have to be. The Apollo 11 cameras actually captured a pristine, high-resolution feed of the landing. This data was recorded onto 700 boxes of magnetic telemetry tapes. In the early 2000s, researchers went to look for them, only for NASA to admit they had completely lost the original tapes. In 2009, NASA confessed they had likely magnetically wiped and overwritten the most historic footage in human history to save money on tape storage during the 1980s. Critics still argue this was a deliberate move to hide raw telemetry data from independent review. 6. The blue Martian sunsets. For decades, NASA artists portrayed Mars as a monochromatic red world. When the rovers landed, the public expected red skies day and night. But NASA downplayed a beautiful, almost alien truth: sunsets on Mars are completely blue. Because fine Martian dust particles allow blue light to penetrate the thin atmosphere far more efficiently than longer wavelength red light, the horizon glows with a chilly, sapphire hue as the sun dips. 7. Earth's hidden minimoons. We are taught in school that Earth has exactly one moon. But NASA has known for a long time that this isn't true. Our planet frequently captures minimoons, small asteroids that get snagged by Earth's gravity and orbit us for a few months or years before being flung back into deep space. NASA generally keeps these close approach objects quiet until after they have already left our orbit, to prevent amateur astronomers from tracking objects that could potentially present future orbital collision hazards. 8. Space debris speed is highly understated. When NASA talks about space debris, they show diagrams of old rocket boosters. What they don't like to advertise is the terrifying reality of microscopic debris. Flecks of paint and tiny metal chips orbit Earth at speeds exceeding 17,500 miles per hour. At that velocity, a tiny, microscopic fleck of household paint carries the kinetic energy of a flying bowling ball. The International Space Station windows have to be routinely replaced because they are constantly being cratered by what is essentially invisible, hypervelocity cosmic shrapnel. 9. The Voyager 1 data glitch. In 2022, Voyager 1, the furthest human-made object in history, suddenly began sending back complete gibberish to NASA. The data didn't look like a standard system failure. It looked like the probe's telemetry system was completely scrambled by an unknown external force in interstellar space. NASA didn't address the issue for months, fueling theories that the probe had encountered a localized spatial anomaly or an artificial barrier. Engineers eventually patched the issue, stating a broken onboard computer was routing data through the wrong system, but the silence during the event left a lot of unanswered questions. 10. The unseen threat of Carrington events. The biggest secret NASA manages isn't deep in space, it's our own sun. In 1859, a massive solar storm called the Carrington event hit Earth, causing telegraph wires to burst into flames. NASA monitors solar flares 24/7. They know that if a storm of that magnitude hit us today, it would instantly fry global power grids, knock out satellite communications, and plunge civilization into a blackout that could take years to fix. NASA keeps the exact real-time mathematical probability of a direct hit closely guarded to prevent panic in the global financial and tech sectors. The universe is full of mysteries, and sometimes, the truth is stranger than any conspiracy theory. Which of these real NASA secrets shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe for more deep space revelations.